Welcome back to the podcast, and you're listening to the Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And of course, I got my girls. Tosh, say hey, girl. And Ziggy.
Hey.
All right, y'all. So we are back again. We had a very interesting week.
We're bad.
But we're back and we're better.
Yes, we did have an interesting
week. It was a crazy week, y'all. But we'll get through it. So this week, we want to touch base on the abortion laws. I know that in a few states they have, I guess they passed a law that you can get an abortion. Now you was given some information on one where.
So from my research, so there's many abortion laws in effect right now all over the world. I saw Ohio, Texas, Missouri, Mississippi, multiple places, and they're trying to stop you from getting an abortion after the baby has a heartbeat, which is normally around 6 weeks. Mm-hmm. So, what do you guys think about that?
I mean, for me personally, I don't believe in abortions. I never had an abortion. However, I think my perspective has changed a little bit because I have 2 kids and I am a single mom, and I feel like in this stage of my life, if I was to have a kid and I don't feel like, and it's sad because we shouldn't be talking to people or dating people that we don't feel like we want to conceive with. But if that happened and I conceive with somebody that I feel like they about to be deadbeat, I feel like I'm going to believe. I feel like I'm going to believe.
And not just deadbeat, but just if you don't feel like the child's going to be brought up in the right environment. What if they're a great father, but they just don't have the intelligence or the tools to be effective,
a good provider,
in your opinion,
right?
You know what you would want for your child, right. So, and not only that, just I agree with you. Right. I had a baby when I was 18, the day before I turned 19, because I didn't believe in abortion, but that was because I believed in a religion that was taught to me from my grandparents. But I absolutely believe in abortions now because I'm learning from my own experiences. All the responsibility will be on me. So therefore, I will make the decision whether I bring that child into the world or not.
Tosh, what's your perspective?
Now, you know, some people are going to say, well, you should have been more responsible. And, you know, you should have thought about all that before you decided to lay down and do. Now, it sounds great, right? It's the truth. But at the same time, people get in their little feelings, emotions rise, things happen. You know how it go when right time, right song is playing, whatever. Or it just could be, you know, you and that person had that established relationship, things were going well, but
at the time,
right? And then all of a sudden, bam, boom. So I do say to each his own. If that's something you feel that you need to do, I think that's somebody's prerogative. Let them have that choice. That is your choice. It's your body. You can do what you want to do with it when you want to do with it, because you got to suffer the consequences anyway. So why does America care? You know what I mean? I believe it's population control, and it's another form of slavery.
Why would they not want you to
it can't be population control.
Why would they? They should want abortions were. Let's get a little history on this. Abortions were created to stop black people from creating. Okay, that's first and foremost. They were the act of giving an abortion was performed on black slave women against their will without medicine. Okay. So, because we were black and we were not considered human beings, we didn't have feelings, we didn't feel anything. So they did these things, they performed these acts on us to get the procedure down right. But it was done
inhumane.
Yes, to keep us from creating, because black people were not wanted in America.
Wow.
That's how abortions started. Now, to keep us from having abortions, it seems a little like they're hypocrites, because, and it's not just us. I think, and I'm going to look up some stats on this, there's more Caucasian women that are getting abortions than any other race of woman. But look at the Caucasian race's wealth, education, marriage stats. They do a lot better. So they're making the right decision when they get abortions if they know that they're not going to be with that father. because we don't believe in abortions because of religion usually, we have babies and we get poorer and poorer by the baby we have. Mm-hmm. Babies are expensive.
They are.
And we do a lot of raising babies on our own. Mm-hmm. It's not meant for one person. So you have to have two people to create a baby.
Mm-hmm. It is very hard.
But I feel like, as we said, it should be a choice because we have a high rate of parents killing their children. So they're not fit. Some people are not fit or equipped to have children. They don't need to be having kids. They're doing it, and then now you're saying, oh, they can't. But then when you need to let people make their choice when it's not going to be something that's going to ruin their lives. You go, you don't have a choice to abort. You want to abort, either you're too young, either you got raped, or
right.
It's situation that you don't want to have this kid in, and so now they come. If you get an abortion, you are not considered a murderer. You're not labeled as a murderer. But if you have the child, you don't want the child, and then I just read an article, or I got an alert on my phone, the news this week, saying they found a newborn baby wrapped up in an apartment building in Orlando. Oh. So people are having these kids and they're killing them.
Don't want them
and they don't want them. So why not give people the right? It's their body. And you made a good point earlier when you said when they're taking away our right, we're no longer free.
That's what I'm saying. It's a form of like slavery too. It's back to a form of slavery.
Well, there's a lot of Caucasian women getting abortions too. So you can't call it slavery. But this is what I say, and don't get me started because I think completely different than the average American and female. How are you? This is the land of the free. Mm-hmm. But in this land, you don't even get to decide what you want to do with your own temple, your own body. When you're born alone. Mm-hmm. No government officials. Nobody. The only other person there is your mother because she gave birth to you. But how do I not get to make decisions about me and my body and my future? You are not free. Mm-hmm. We are not free in America. You're never free. Somebody gonna kill me. But this just goes to show you can't decide if you want to have an abortion. That is something you have to deal with the rest of your life. You are not free if you can't make a decision about your own body and your own life. We are under someone else's control at all times.
And that's what I'm saying. It doesn't have to be necessarily African American black slavery thing. I think again it's a slavery in general of the people, like controlling people, you know what I'm saying, with their decisions. Mm-hmm. But some also may say though, because you do have other options before you even get to that. So you have Plan B pills, you have the morning after pills. So somebody may say you had that option to do a morning after. If you, God forbid, if you're raped or whatever the case may be, you do have these things to help before you even get to that circumstance.
But sometimes people are confused. Sometimes people or don't think that, I'm gonna get pregnant after, I mean, I guess
you better calculate your calendar.
And some people don't have the money. That pill $50.
But the abortion costs more.
Exactly. But even if you take the Plan B pill, some things, nothing is 100% effective. The only thing that is 100% effective is abstinence. Mm-hmm. So you can be pregnant, take the Plan B pill,
but that ain't gonna work with everybody. That ain't gonna work with everybody. You can't tell nobody not to do it.
Yeah.
You still get to make a decision on your own life. Right. That is a choice.
Like I feel like it should be a cap on when you could get the abortion, which I think it already is, unless you have some type of health condition.
What do you mean?
What you mean like when you
like the 9 months?
Yeah, you already had 3.
No,
so you can't come here no more.
Like a cap, like a cap on, how far along you are. But I don't feel like they should take the right away from people.
They had the cap, which they had it at. Certain states had it different. Mm-hmm. I think here was 24 weeks. No, here was only up to. What they used to do it? No, I don't think they go.
I don't know.
I know up north it used to be up to 24 weeks, 6 months. Which I think is like that's if you haven't figured out by that time yet,
that's far. I'm sorry. I would say
the baby could actually live, but I understand everybody has their reasons. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to chastise anybody to say you can't do an abortion, because, like I said, it's your body. Do what you need to do with it. You know what I mean?
This is a free country.
It is. You could do what you need, what you feel you need to do. There's people that in that circumstance
make that decision for you.
Yeah,
Right
exactly. I think it's a form of control. Yeah. And like you said, it may not be a form of population control, which I think is in a different way. Maybe right, but it's a type of.
Maybe they're trying to keep us. Keep us down, like we're continuing to have kids, things are getting expensive.
Right.
You're spending your money.
You're living in poverty.
Right.
The poor make the rich people get rich.
Exactly.
The rich stay rich because of the poor.
It's something behind it.
It's something behind it, definitely.
The rich get richer because of the poor. The poor need everything that the rich people provide. Okay, and we'll never get there because we're too stuck in our ways, in our mindset, to ever stop making sure the rich benefits off of us. So we're going to keep having babies. We're going to keep buying Jordans. We're going to keep buying designer clothing. We're going to keep doing things that set us back. But the rich people who sell those things are progressing in life, financially.
Right.
Okay. So of course we keep having babies. We keep needing diapers, milk.
That stuff expensive.
Expensive roof over your head.
Ain't one
food,
pack of
all those things.
Ain't $9 of formula like $20-something?
Man, it's been so long since I had a baby. I don't even know. But I don't want to have to buy it.
I don't know. But I just, I just feel like they should not take away our right.
Exactly, because you know what? Now that thinking about it, you could be. Let's just say you're on birth control, and birth control is not 100% all the time. So you could be on Depo shots, whatever, and still
get pregnant.
So you did everything you had to do in order to try to eliminate that whole circumstance, and then you still end up in that circumstance. A month later, you're like, what? And then to me, the 6 week thing is kind of crazy because you really don't even realize you're pregnant until after 6 weeks is when the everything starts. Right.
You'll know at least for a month and a half.
Right, you really don't. 6 weeks is that's when your breasts and stuff throwing up and all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So really, you can't tell in the first. I mean, some people say they can tell, but I know for me, I know when it hits 6 weeks, honey. I know when I'm pregnant. I know. I'm like, yeah. So I mean, you may have a situation like that with somebody where they're like, I did what I needed to do in order to not.
The time constraints aren't realistic.
So it's like 6 weeks. Come on. I could see if you said at least 8 weeks. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or maybe 3 months.
It doesn't even have a gender until it's like 15, 16 weeks.
Right. You know what I mean? So
just saying when it has a heartbeat, that's deep. Like that's like right away.
Yeah, that's right away.
Like, but why do they even care? Why do they even care?
There's something behind them.
Like, it's always a catch.
Because there's some other things that they should probably care about.
Other than that, y'all going in and hard on taking away a female's right to have an abortion. I mean, again, it's not something that I've been so into. Like, I don't believe in it. But again, like I said, circumstances has changed in my life.
But how about this? What about the men? Okay, so I've heard people say that women get abortions, but then the men don't want the abortion. So the women force the men to not have the baby, when on the other hand, when the man doesn't want the baby and the woman wants the baby, she forces him to have a baby and then forces him to pay child support. How is that fair? Because it definitely takes two to make one.
It do, but at the end of the day, as the female, you pretty much stuck with that decision.
Yeah.
A man can always go. I don't care if
you could be petty and just leave him with the baby.
You could do that too, but
you so silly.
You could pick
drive off. You could be petty,
but but it's crazy.
It's fair,
right? But you know what? I feel like as a woman, they be, if I go and say, oh, I'm about to give Sky to her dad, oh, you the nurturer, you the mom, and it's like, so what? Like, if I could sit here and raise a kid, I mean, I wouldn't do that, but it's like, if you chose to say, let that kid live with their dad, then you're frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think that's right.
I felt that for a while, and I think society does that. But what's the difference if the baby only sees the dad on the weekends in the springs? it's the same thing. You're both parents equally. There's something that a mother gives to a child, and there's something that a father provides to a child. It's the same thing to me. I feel like mothers are more necessary in the first 5 years of the kid's life. Once you feed them and you instill a few things in them, not just feed them, but you breastfeed them and you get them to a point where they can eat, talk, and all those things. I feel it's okay for the father to raise them after that, because you've instilled what you need to instill and you've nurtured them in their more vulnerable years.
Right. Yeah. I do still think it's frowned upon, though.
It is.
It's frowned upon. It's like, if you want to have your child be with their dad, a lot of the times it's like, even when your friend came on, I'm not saying it's frowned upon, like whatever their decision was, but it's like, dang, I just can't see me. I would feel bad, and I would feel like the world, and it's we shouldn't have to think about what other people think, but the world is looking at me like, oh, how you out here living your best life and your child is with their dad, But
they don't know about those years that you didn't live your best life and your child was with you.
It's your turn now. No.
Yeah.
For one, and then another thing is, men know exactly how to take care of kids. Did y'all know that? They don't really need us. They know
exactly. With them long enough, they should know.
Yeah. They know exactly what to do. They know how to feed them, bathe them, change them, take them to school, pick them up from school, everything. And they discipline a lot better than we do. So they're really not going to be in bad hands. But society tells us that no, the child has to be with the mother. Yeah, she's.
I was going to say, well, we are more of a nurturing.
We are more nurturing.
We are more nurturing, because you got some. Then again, you have some tough moms out there. You have some dads that are pretty good.
I've seen so many dads that are so nurturing.
Yeah, more than the mother. Yeah, you do have a few out there. You do.
You do.
But I think naturally we are.
Father probably hugs and kisses him more than me.
Yeah. And I'm not that emotional. My mom be bad. She bad. My mom told me we just had a big thing. I picked up the kids from the airport, and Sky is 5. She's 4. She's the baby. So I'm more nurturing and soft with Sky, but with Talene, I'm a little bit more, hey girl, or she.
I agree.
But I'm just not like that.
You've raised her.
I've raised her already. You know what I'm saying? Sky is a baby. It's time for her to get that attention. Yes, I love Talene. Yes, I would do anything for her. But right now, she had her time. You know what I'm saying? But my mom,
she still gotta grow.
No, right? No, but I'm talking about. I'm not gonna baby her.
She's not the baby. So what? So what's your mother say?
She do.
She does.
If Talene could still sleep in my bed right now.
Well, no, that's different. I slept in my mama's bed till I was like 15.
I still lay in my mom's bed.
Yeah.
Listen,
but I know
I guess when you said when I go into Jersey.
So when you was mean, you was like, yeah, Talene, what up?
No, I gave her a hug. But what my mom ain't even let me finish the story. But I gave her a hug. I gave Sky a hug. Sky see me, she run up, mommy, and whatever. And then after me, whatever, me and Talene hug. But I guess she feel like, oh, you need to give more affection. But Talene is wrong.
The same thing about Micaiah.
She said.
Just people in general. But because Micaiah's really huggy. But Talene is a lot like Micaiah.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something about these girls. They tell us more about life sometimes than we even know. They're very intelligent girls. You wouldn't think that they want to be hugged.
Right.
Because they always trying to check up .com.
So let's talk about the whole abortion thing. What do you guys feel? Would you put your child, when you feel like they're starting to become sexually active, would you put them on birth control?
Immediately.
And if they did get pregnant, would you allow them to have an abortion?
Absolutely. To be honest, I would like to try and not have that issue
in the first place, right? But even if it can happen.
Even if she's not sexually active, at a certain age, she's going to get put on birth control,
right?
Just in case, because sometimes they're not comfortable with coming to us and telling,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I understand. I've been there, and sometimes I wish that my mother would have done things a little differently. And
moms ain't trying to hear that.
Right, and given a little more direction.
Back in the days, our moms, they weren't into that.
Trying to hear that.
And
no sex. No sex.
Okay. Right.
Meanwhile, you've been checking buddy a long time. About no sex. Meanwhile, you done just came from getting buddy. That's a shame.
Okay, Mom. No.
Right.
So I would prefer to prevent that because I know that she may not feel comfortable at some point coming to me. So we're gonna knock that out. That's one down. We ain't got to worry about that.
So if she got pregnant, would you let her get an
Absolutely.
Wouldn't that feel like it's giving access though to it? So it's like, here, I'm gonna put you on. I always thought about that too, and I'm like, but it's like, it's kind of confusing because it's like, am I giving them the free will to go ahead and say you can do it because you're on the birth control? I'm kind of like,
I prefer to be safe.
I think that
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna do it.
I know because
we already know. But I think that we as humans are curious of the unknown.
Right.
If I'm saying to Tali, don't have sex, don't have sex, she's gonna be. But if you like, listen, you know, you saw my struggle. You was with me the whole way. So I don't want you to have that same. So we're gonna do this as a preventative. You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning you to go have sex, but I can't control if you make that decision.
That's true.
So it's known as
I think slipping up. Right. Yeah, you know, I ain't gonna do it, but Lord, and the music right and everything, and they. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
You be like, I just know I'm not gonna do it. But, you know,
and that's what they be saying. But when you be put in that position when you think you in love, that's all out the door. So would you put my daughter on birth control?
I don't know. I'm still trying to decide. The only thing is I'm grateful for because she's quiet. She's pretty much in the house like all the time. But then again, you know, you never could say never. And my daughter's like really. She's always in the house late. Like you know, she's.
Would you let her have an abortion?
I don't know.
Mark alert.
Just because I'm in another. And mine's good because I got a whole story to me, so I feel like I would give her that choice. If she says yes, that's her choice,
right?
Because you have to live with that choice. But I don't want to be the one to make that choice for her. But I definitely would give her that choice. Unfortunately, I would have to be the one to help her raise that child, which I'm not. That's why I don't want no more. She was the baby. She is the baby. So what did I say? What? Knock on wood. My goodness. But anyway, yeah, she is the baby. So, you know, I'm not trying to do that myself. So to raise a child, you know, still raising a child with a child, that'd be. But anyway, that's why I talk to my kids and try to keep them, you know, let them know that I don't just do the whole don't do it. I just do the like preventative. You know what I mean? With her, I've been thinking about it like she's getting to that age. I do have to make sure that it would work. You know, it's also healthy for her too. What be the healthy choice? Because I'm not into the whole changing up the hormones in the body and all of that. But it's something I am definitely thinking about. But if she, God forbid, if something, I would let her have that choice. Yeah. Because you have to live with that for the rest of your life.
Right. And you know what? Not allowing them to have the choice is taking away their freedom.
Right. So back to basic.
A17. When you move out of A17 and start paying your own bills, bitch, you free. But until then,
see, we could say that though. We could say that, but still, because you're gonna be curious. You know what I mean? We could say how many times? Cause think about it. Think about it. You say you were 18, right, when you had your first kid. I'm sure your mom told you every day. She didn't say, Ziggy, when you hit 18. I mean, I don't know if you was out of your mom's house.
No, but I wasn't.
So I'm sure she said, Ziggy, you better not have no kids here unless you gone. Blah 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 blah. But whatever dude came and flashed his eyes a couple times, you was like, you had that moment. I did. I had my kids when I was 19. I was scared as heck to tell my mom. When I had my son, I was like, well, I ain't telling her, but you know, parents know. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? She think they killed me. And then when my daughter came, she think they killed me then. So it's like, I mean, even it's crazy. I tell people even now as an adult, I'm scared to get pregnant, not for myself, but I always tell people for what my mother or everybody else is gonna think.
Right.
Like I'm like, what are you thinking? So it'll be more embarrassing for me to be like, yeah, I'm pregnant, y'all. Like, what? You know, so I mean, we could say that, like, you in my house, we quote that, but I've been quoted that. My mom is Jamaican, she tough. So, you know, you're gonna get coofed down. Right. That's an old school word, y'all. Coof. I'm gonna get coofed down. I'm still scared now if I get pregnant. Like I'm almost 40 years old. My mother might coof me to the side if I come to her like, Mom, you know I'm pregnant. You pregnant with your big tough self? Like, come on, like your mom. Something wrong with it. You're sticking on your head. Like, you know, so
that's so cute.
Yeah, but it's like, you know what I mean? But it's like, think about it. We could say that, but do we really, you know what I'm saying, really mean that? Because they can go out there and can't stop them.
I mean, do we really mean what?
If we would make them have the abortion?
Like, to say, do whatever, but they could still go out there and do it.
That's
We're
why
still gonna accept it. They still are.
No, I'm a different type.
You gonna throw outside?
I'm sorry. That one thing I don't care about at all is what anybody else thinks. This is my life, and I am raising these children.
But how did your mom do you though?
I wish she was more like me, because
Really?
and I guarantee I wouldn't have a baby, and I would probably be the first female president of the United States. So therefore, there are rules when you live at 817.
You live in my house, you abide by my rules.
And I ain't gonna care. I ain't gonna think about no baby.
So what would happen? Would you give her that? You said you would give her a choice. Or
No,
you
no
she wouldn't let her.
I mean, I would talk to her about it and see how she feels.
But you don't say
You
she
know
has to
your
go.
kids.
She might not know better.
She's not ready to have.
So you like you're going to the place whether you like it or not.
So
Murder gang.
So do y'all believe? Because I know it was something I had seen a while on social media where they were saying when your kids have kids at a certain age, should you should you kick them out? Because they're saying like, okay, our children are having kids and we're kicking them out to they can't
feeding them to the
you know, like
throwing them to the wolves,
right?
It's you have to take some
I think you could be
responsibility.
tough. You could be tough still on them. You could teach them, but they still kids too. My mom, I was 18 and I was still at home. One thing I appreciate my mom for is she made it tough for me still though. She didn't make it easy. So it's like, all right, you did this, you're gonna do it. So there'd be nights my mom just come up to me and I'm in the room dead sleep with the baby in my hand and she'd be like, you need to get up. And then go make a get up, and or she would say sit back so this way if you do fall asleep the baby drops on the bed. Like I've been looking at her like there's days the baby crying, I'm like yo, she's like go make a bottle. She didn't even come with one. Now she's a little softer now. My little sister got the soft side of her, but you know, older now. Right? But
my mom was completely different. Like I had to go get the baby out of her room. You think it was her baby? I think she was ready for another baby.
Wow.
And I was the tunnel. That was her baby.
Wow. I don't know. I don't know. I guess at the end of the day,
it's your body.
It's your body. It's your choice. And I think as a collective, we feel like that's not something that the government needs to take away from us. Hopefully one day we'll realize what the motive is behind it, but it has to be a motive. So
until then, stay safe.
You can get it
right. Abstinence.
Stay
use the condom.
guys.
Oh yeah, abstinence.
Yes. Yes.
Plan B. Get at Walmart.
Right.
Or you can't get the Plan B, get the next one. They got some cheap ones or whatever. You know what I mean?
They do.
They got cheaper ones, you know what I'm saying? They got all kinds of stuff out there on the market.
Stash or something.
Get a stash ready. Buy a couple. Don't let them tell you can't pop a few. Pop them if you need them. Pop them like candy.
Yeah, y'all so damn stupid.
Because babies are expensive.
Get that for bar if you can't from your home girl now or whatever. Because you know
they get $200 a week and up. Like it's ridiculous. You cannot survive.
I did it alone.
Yeah. So let's before we go, because I want to tell my little journey, and Tosh, you didn't give us an update.
I didn't give you my weight loss last week.
You have to do your Wisdom Wednesday. So let me just give y'all a little insight on my little journey. So I've been on a social media fast, and this has been the most
refreshing.
It has been the most refreshing week of my life. Y'all don't understand. She hating, but it felt good to disconnect. I did learn a lot in this time that I've been disconnect from social media, but this was the first time I've ever disconnected from social media, so it was good for me. All right, Tosh, so give us a little give us your update on your weight gain journey.
So on my weight loss, so right now I'm trying to get to 190 by the end of this month. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. So I am currently right now 194.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm still going down, which is good. Anybody have any tips on what I need to eat? Because it's very frustrating. Because I don't know if I told you guys. I think I did, but I'm on a vegetarian, which is very hard. Trying to figure out, some creative meals. I don't do soy, don't do tofu, whatever, any other stuff. But I'm trying to do like fresh veggies and fruits and stuff like that. So it can get a little boring. Right now it's not boring, but it's kind of fruits. Well, I don't do sugar like fruits in the morning, but I do them throughout the day just to keep, because I'm not doing sweets like that really, even though I cheated a couple times, y'all, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, but I like buy like energy cookies or something like that, but trying to find something else alternative for a sweet snack and protein.
Yes, girl. Well, good job. I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I'm trying to get fit.
You look good. You came into that. I was like, okay.
I'm trying to get a little healthier. It's not even about the look. It's more just get healthy. I'm getting older, and you want to preserve, a little bit of your.
You want to be fine for baby.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I just want to kind of preserve. I'm gonna be fly when you go up there to the kids stuff. You're like, that's your mom, yo.
Right.
That's me. Yeah. But anyway.
And one gets sexy.
Yeah. I love it.
Oh God.
And to leave you guys off with the Wisdom Wednesday for this week, it is perception of reality is more real than reality itself. So how you perceive your life and your situation to be is more real than what it really is. Because that is what you're going to make happen. So think the best at all times, and that's what you're going to make happen. The best.
Yes, I love it. So guys, make sure you follow us on our platforms. Again, we are on Instagram, The Traveling Pants of a Single Mom, or TTPOASM. We're on Facebook, The Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. YouTube, make sure you like, subscribe to our channel. It's TTPOASM. Share. Give us your feedback. We're on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Speaker, Podbean, and Google Play. I think I left something out, but whatever. Apple, iTunes, yes. So make sure y'all check us out. I think that was it,
until
guys,
next week.
for this week. So yes, follow us, like, subscribe, share, and thank you so much for listening to The Traveling Pants of a Single Mom. And we out. Peace.
Also, let us know what topics you guys would like us for us to talk about.
Yes.
And then also give us give us you guys' feedback. What do you think about the abortion laws? Do you think they should allow take us that right away from us, or if we should be able to do whatever we do? So again, thanks for listening, and we out for real this time.